All right, what we're going to talk about here is what the roll cast and why we roll cast. It's one of the casts that we use when we have obstructions behind us, number one. Number two is it's a way to set the line up so that the line is straight so that we can pick it up and throw it behind us. But for the time being, let's just talk about obstructions behind us and why we use it. So we come down to the water's edge, we got the fly on the hook keeper. We're going to take the fly off the hook keeper. And I got all this line laying here. All we're going to do is just swing this line back and forth like this rod back, nice and slow. And now we got all that slack laying in the water, but I'm just going to come back, stop, and make that roll cast. That takes the line right out like that. A simple roll cast. Draw it back, come to a stop, and hit it. It's taught that way, where you draw it back like this here and come forward and stop. The problem I have with that way of teaching it is you're very limited into how much distance you can get out of that roll cast. If we can get that fly back a little bit closer to us, I can now roll cast a considerable distance. Lean the rod out to the side just a little bit, kick that fly back, and hit it forward like that. Now we can add some distance to our cast. So it's a great fishing cast, and if you have obstructions behind you, you're not going to have that issue of being caught in the trees all the time. So we're going to draw that fly line back. See right there, you got a 40-foot roll cast. Why not do it that way? If we're going to follow the way that it's taught, where you come back and stop, which is how it's taught, it goes out, but it kind of dies. If I can get that fly back closer to me, I can now roll cast quite a distance with it. One more time. There it is. You're talking a 45 foot roll cast. That's a very fishable cast even on saltwater. In fact, I've caught tarpon with roll cast. You've got to come to a stop. There's your cast. That's the cast. If I'm going to make a cast, a cast over my head, I got to have the line straight so that I can do that. If I've got a bunch of slack like that there, I can't pick this up and throw that line behind me. It won't work. So I got to roll cast it first, then you can pick it up and throw it. But for the time being, let's just stay with that roll cast. Stop, go. There you go. You're not limited at all. You got a fish that comes up the other side, you come up like this, another roll cast. Just a lot of ways to roll cast that make it a very efficient way to fish. That's a roll cast.